They love the ones where I do accent work. Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of Kill James Bond. My name is Devon, and I, tragically, alone. I'm heartbroken. My friend and I can't keep that one going. My friend and co-conspirator November has sadly gone away to get consensually kicked the shit out of or be in SA hell, one or the other. It's 50-50, pretty much. But I am still here with dear friend of the show, one-on-one, inside the actor's studio with Abigail Thorne, star of stage and screen. My love, welcome.
Hi, it's so nice to be here. We're doing like the kind of masters acting, but it's masters podcasting. It's like Devon and Abby. It's a Double Dragon episode,
Double
listeners.
Dragon.
But really, it's the three of us, listener, because you're here too.
That's right.
Silently watching.
You're a key part of this.
You're the podcast cuck, listener.
We're both podcasting and we're having fun, but you can't take part.
No.
You just have to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And what are we talking about today, Abigail? I believe was your pick.
It was. So we decided for Pride Month to choose to be gay, to choose to embrace a homosexual ideology. And so I chose a film that is a classic, but it's something I was only introduced to very recently by the wonderful Valentina V, who's the director of Dracula's Ex-Girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
And she showed me this 1996 film called The Birdcage, which stars Robin Williams and Nathan Lane, based on a French play, which is... I really fucking enjoy this film.
I had such fun with this.
It's in some ways like maybe a little dated and perhaps even a little nostalgic in the way that it depicts a kind of queerness that is maybe like passing into history now. I mean, there's still gay people, obviously, but like...
Yeah, because this is based around two owners of a drag club in South Beach.
Florida, yeah.
This made me very nostalgic for a certain tier of like British drag, right?
Yeah.
Because used to be, time being, like a good couple of years ago, you could just have like drag queens as personalities that would be on things like they'd be on like Jonathan Ross. They just like they'd come and hang out on things. You had like Dame Edna, you had Lily Savage.
Yeah.
And we've sort of lost that. Like Drag Race is more popular, but it feels like the whole drag has been siloed off to just that.
Yeah. In a way, it's gone more mainstream, but has gone to the place that like mainstream quote unquote queer representation goes, where it's like, as you say, it's like it's in its own little pen.
Yes.
It's like in its own pen over to the side of the entertainment industry, and like it all goes in there. And now if you say, oh, it's drag, people go like Drag Race, and sometimes you have to go, no,
like, not
like
a ton
that.
like Drag Race. No,
actually. There is actually a fascinating line later on that we'll get to about the kind of like gay or trans thing. But anyway, we open up, we get like a performance of We Are Family, this queer nightclub in Miami called The Birdcage, which is run by Robin Williams.
Yes.
It's on the beach, so it's like we roll in over the ocean. It's a wonderful opening shot.
Fantastic.
And the headline act we see on the sign outside is Starina. So Robin Williams is like on the club floor. He's like making sure the patrons are happy. Somebody mentions that the Kennedys are in the club, and he's like, oh, cool. So it's like really popular.
Yeah.
And there's these, I think, 6 people on the stage who are performing. There is a moment that's a shame, though.
Yes.
They're all like dressed as women, and then they perform We Are Family, and then they run off stage to do a quick change.
Yes. We're shown the quick change.
Yeah, in full view of the camera, one of them like strips off the clothes, and in particular shows us that there's like a massive bulge.
Yes.
So we get this like assertion of there being a presentation and there being what the movie would have you believe is like the truth of these people's bodies. I think what the movie is trying to tell us is that these people are men, even though that may in fact real life not be accurate.
Yes.
So yeah, that's one of the things in this one. I'm like, man, right.
It's one of those things. It's a real shame.
Yeah, it is.
Starina is not coming down because she's experiencing mental health. It's fine. It's reasonable. She's supposed to be on stage in 4 to 5 minutes, but she is in bed under the covers going, I'm hideous. I'm a monster.
She is. And she's being attended to by Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria in the booty shorts.
Hank Azaria in this film.
So good.
is so good. Every performance in this film is amazing, but like Hank Azaria is this like very OTT, like lisping gay man.
Yeah.
Who is like very funny and very charming because like trying to help Starina put the stockings on and everything else.
It's called Agador.
Agador, yeah. When the covers come down, we see that Starina is Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane. None other. Beautiful.
Who is also Robin Williams' partner. And Robin Williams is very upset that Nathan Lane is late to stage. And he actually does kick down the bathroom door as they're hiding in there. And they're also a couple. And Nathan Lane's like performance in this is fucking incredible as this like histrionic, like so over the top.
It's so good.
Startled by everything, just like, like my old French teacher, genuinely like phenomenal.
There's so many times where you hear him just go like, oh, in the distance. It's sort of like a way to establish that he's in the scene. Like,
yeah. It's
fantastic.
Wonderful. And Nathan said like, you don't care about me anymore. They're having this like couples bickering.
Yeah.
You don't care about me anymore. You don't love me anymore. He's like, come on, you're on stage in like 5 minutes. And so Nathan Lane says, oh, I have to do everything you say because you're a man and I'm a woman. And Robin Williams just goes, you're not a woman. And she goes, oh!
It's so wonderful. Yeah.
And it's like not entirely clear, like, I don't think Nathan Lane's meant to be trans in it. I think the character's like he, him.
Yes, I believe so.
I think it's just like a very effeminate gay man. Like, I still know gay people who do this who will like call each other she.
Yes.
This like very, very effeminate thing.
Yeah, this is one of those things where this is of a time where drag and being transgender, these sort of ideas hadn't fully separated in the way that they are nowadays. Like, there's a lot of overlap here. You all right?
Yeah, I just tried to take a drink of my tea and realized I forgot to put the tea bag in. So this is just hot water and milk.
Oh, it can't be good.
That's disgusting.
But this is of an era, so the language may not be au fait with how you understand queerness at the moment, but this is something that we'll come across a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I think in Kill James Bond's Pride season,
indeed,
Nathan Lane is experiencing what I guess we would now call twink death.
Yes.
Because like, oh, I was beautiful once, but now look at me, look at what you've turned me into. Now I'm this short, fat, hideous, ugly thing. And Robin just goes, I made you short? Like, no! It's so...
They have such good chemistry. Like, as a couple, you really, really do believe it.
Yeah,
Like, eventually he's like, fine, I'll send out someone else to do the piece. And like, immediately, obviously. She's like, what? Obviously, I'll do it.
My public need me. Like, yeah, it's like, they've come to see Starina, and Starina will not disappoint them. And we also see that Hank Azaria is giving him Pirin tablets. Like, tablets. Like, I must have a Pirin tablet. Like, and then Robin's like, what the fuck are you giving him? Like, what's Pirin? It's like, it's aspirin with the A and the S scraped off.
Yeah, don't worry. He's like, you're genius.
It's part of the fucking, like, theater, right?
It's getting into character. But, like, there's a little accusation that is thrown out by Nathan Lane's character, who I guess we should probably name at a certain point.
Albert.
We're talking Robin Williams is Armand. Nathan Lane is Albert. Hank Azaria is Agador. There's a lot of A's to take stock off.
Yeah.
But he's going, well, I know that you're, like, trying to get away from me to meet someone because you've got wine in the fridge and it's white wine and I don't drink white wine and neither do you. And Robin is like, no, of course not. I would never do anything like this. And we're sort of left to stick with that for a minute. But we see the transformation. Starina on stage. Fantastic. Like, if you've ever seen a proper drag show, just wonderful. Comedy, just really good.
And she starts her first number, and Robin Williams does in fact sneak away.
He does.
Sneaks upstairs to the apartment, finds Hank Azaria dancing in a wig and a bra, and talks to him in a very sort of nasty way.
Yes.
Robin Williams is kind of an asshole in this film.
He is. I have a lot of complaints about the way Robin Williams treats his friends and loved ones in this movie.
Yeah, he's a fucking twat in this, because Hank Azaria says, when are you going to let me audition for you? And Robin Williams goes, when you have talent. And like, there's a certain degree of like cattiness, okay, fair enough, but then it's not really catty. He plays it quite like brutally.
Yeah.
And then he says, well, you know, you should let me audition for you, like, or let me audition, or I'm going to tell Nathan Lane that you're like meeting somebody when he's on the stage. And he goes, I have 2 words for you, green card. He fucking threatens him with deportation.
Yeah. It's a nasty man.
Yeah, he is. He's a fucking dickhead in this film.
All right, I'm going to have to stop you there. That is quite enough of that. If you want to hear the rest of this, you're going to have to head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/killjamesbond, all one word. Sign up today for as little as £5 a month. £5. That's nothing. That's 1 cup of coffee nowadays. It used to be 2 when we started making this podcast, but it's 1 now. Isn't that fucked up? And yet, Kill James Bond remains the same price. Beautiful.